close these doors only because of the sound.
And I'll turn this light off just
I'm
to.
sorry, I was, once
You
you
just
start,
want to keep moving.
I don't, actually, but I'm actually lazy since I'm up.
I say thank you for being patient with me. I was telling Erin,
and you're gonna do this class again next week, right?
Hmm?
You're doing this class next week again?
I don't think so. What does the calendar say? Don't scare
I
me.
thought I saw, yeah.
Mm-mm.
Oh no, you're understanding buyer's agency you're doing on the 14th.
Okay.
I'm
To be accountable.
Hi, I'm Gina Roth, and I'm here to talk to you about accountability and what accountability means to me. You know, accountability in all reality is that it's the foundation of your day. And when I wake up in the morning, for me to go work out, if I don't have some kind of accountability, it doesn't happen. And so what do? I have a trainer. I pay him. Therefore, it forces me to show up and work out early in the morning. We have so much natural ability, and it's get us so far in life. But the reality is, without some structure
Right.
and some accountability, that
Trying to
allows
get
us
this
to
so you
move
can
past our natural
see it better.
tendencies. So for an example on accountability inside our real estate team is our 401s, which is our accountability tool that Keller Williams has taught us to use with our team members. And so we find out what are their yearly goals, how can we break that into a monthly goal, and then how can we do that in the 4 weeks, each week, moving them towards that. And it's not just about business goals and financial goals, but it's personal goals. I find out what's important to them, they find out what's important to me, and together we grow the business. Accountability isn't always roses. Sometimes life steps in, and the cool thing about Keller Williams is we really focus on identifying that. We've got the tools to understand when you're heading off the road of accountability and blaming yourself, blaming others, because you're not going to get anywhere. And so that's where accountability steps in. And you can make the decision to step out of that, move forward, get back into the language that's going to move you forward, and use the tools that these perspectives give you. Having that and having a plan and focusing back on that is where accountability can totally make a difference, change your life, and quite frankly, change your family's life, your destiny, your legacy.
Okay. So today we're talking about accountability. Have you ever been accountable to someone?
Yeah, to my trainer, like he said.
You have a trainer?
I did at one time, but
Wasn't
it's
it
true.
wonderful? Yeah.
It's true. I mean, I stopped going to him, and now I don't go to the gym as much. So, I mean,
I had a trainer who came to my house,
Oh, great.
and the only time he had in his schedule was 7 o'clock in the morning.
Oh.
And, 7 o'clock in the
7
morning.
o'clock.
Someone coming to your house. But he was so accountable to me that I never forget. I started training with him in the fall, and it went through winter, and it was about February. It was one of those brutal, don't get out of bed, put the cover over your head,
Yeah.
don't move. And I figured, okay, he's not gonna show. There's no way this man is gonna show. He had a Jeep, and he had a special alarm on it. And I heard beep, 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 and I said, oh God. I got out of bed, I threw on some training clothes, I hit the door, and here he is, he would get a huge Starbucks coffee. And he's like, good morning. And I'm like, what are you doing? But his accountability to me made me get to levels that I had never reached, okay? To the point, when he first started with me, it was run up these steps, and I looked at him and laughed, okay? And then he said 3 times. I laughed even the higher, the more. By the time I let him go, I was doing push-ups. I went to, my son was young and he ran track, and he said something smart to kind of tease me. And he took off running, and he figured, Mom's back there. And when he turned around, my hand was right there, and he was like, oh my God. So accountability, as he says, it works. It changes your life. So here at Keller Williams, we have different ways of being accountable. Okay, are you in productivity coaching?
I've gone one.
Okay.
I know.
productivity coaching is a positive, great way to be accountable.
Okay,
Because when you have a coach, your coach is not gonna, they're gonna give you the tools. They're gonna say, hey, here's your tools. But they're gonna keep you accountable to it, because now you gotta answer to it. Did you make your phone calls? What did you do to work on your business? Okay, what are your goals? Okay, you said you wanna hit this goal. These are the steps. Do you do a 411?
I'm not sure what that is.
I was getting ready to ask you, you know what that is? Okay,
Is it the 4 notes for,
now, this is about your goals, about goal setting. Okay, this is taking your big goal, okay? We'll just do a business goal, that you wanna sell 15 houses, okay? What does that take to do in a year? Okay, your first one, that's your big goal. You're gonna break it down to your monthly goal. I need to make how many appointments? Then you break it down to the weekly goal. I need to call 25 people to get one appointment to get my, to make to my goal to be able to get 15 houses sold. So that's in a synopsis of what the 411, is that being taught in August?
I don't believe so, but it's taught in bold.
Yes, that's
It's taught in
my
bold.
next, I was going into the next.
411?
And my next is bold,
It's huge.
talking about
The
accountability.
biggest accountability piece,
The
yeah.
biggest accountability piece. When you go through those 7 weeks, you have a coach who is so dedicated to making sure that everybody has the tools to do what they need to do, you get excited. It changes your life. It changes your life it makes you think larger, okay? When I got to Keller Williams 3 years ago, I wasn't dreaming. I figured, okay, tail end, time to figure out how we get out of here. And I started to dream again. I started to see the possibility of that life not only can continue, but at a different level. Bold. It made me get in contact with my database. It made me get in contact with me. Okay, what am I doing to proactively work on my business? Accountability. So here at Keller, we have so many ways of accountable. Even to your other agents, you can make yourself accountable. Scripts. Okay, if you want somebody to practice scripts with, get a script partner, and that you'll become accountable to each other until you get those scripts down, that there is no objection that you cannot handle, okay? Also, coming to team meetings, accountability, because, we're a huge office, but we don't know everyone unless we show up, okay? And, sometimes you have to make yourself accountable to someone to say, look, team meeting, I wanna see your face.
Right.
Or get into the office, I wanna see your face. I was missing in action for a while, okay, cause just some personal things. And people started to call me, hey, where are you? That accountability made me, like you said, when you start to drift off track, when you have accountability, it brings you back.
Right.
It brings you back. If your coach is saying, you made 10 phone calls, but you were supposed to make 20, what happened? What are you gonna do next week? Are you gonna do 25, okay, to make that up? Okay, or are you gonna do 30? All right, and it stretches you. So once we put ourselves in accountability, not only in our business goals, but also our financial goals, because, you see the money come in, and you go, okay, I need to do this, that, and the other. But what are you doing, putting back some into your business? Are you saving, okay? Are you, taking care of those things that need to be taken care of before you decide that you want to buy the new gadget or you want to try the new thing, all right? Personal goals.
And there is a 411 actually that has business and personal goals on it.
Yes.
That's the one that I use. So it's got your business yearly goal, your personal yearly goal, monthly, and then weekly, and it helps.
Yeah, it
Helps
does.
tremendously.
Because honestly and truly, we as human beings are non-disciplined, okay? In fact, Cornell teaches a class, discipline is not a dirty word, okay? Because to most of us, discipline is a
No.
dirty word.
And accountability is not meant to be punishment. It's not meant to feel like you're being criticized or punished or punitive in any way.
Right,
Or pushed.
And if you are, then maybe
Well-
you don't have the right accountability partner.
right, but I'll back up on the push.
Oh, the
Because
push, you need the push.
The accountability does push.
Okay,
The accountability says,
It is a push.
you said that you were going to do
Mhm.
this, okay? Where is it? What are you doing? Are you serious about it? Because I have to tell you, my first goal, financial goal that I made for this year, I made pretty much because I should have.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to back off. I had to, Anna, I had to go to her, who's, my coach, and I said, that's not where my focus is this year. I need to break this down because my health is my focus this year.
Mm-hmm.
And because of my health, that's where my focus is. I know I can't make that, okay? I have to find out what's happening with me, okay, and rectify that. And because of that, on that, I've gone to a cardiologist, an endocrinologist, a pulmonary doctor, a nutritionist, my eye doctor,
The dentist.
the dentist. Yeah, the dentist. Okay, so now I have to go to, and I'm getting my test, let's do the breast examination, have the mammogram. Okay, I gotta go to a gynecologist. Because these are things that as we're going through life, especially as we get older, we tend not to take care of and we're not accountable. But because I've made health accountable, and the biggest one is weight loss. Okay, and I tried certain things, and now I'm to the point of, yes, I'm gonna do the bariatric surgery. And so I'm making a phone
Well,
call.
there's a vulnerability to being accountable too, and to
Yeah, it is.
letting somebody in on what your goals are, and your accountability partner can't be that grandma that's gonna, oh honey, you can do it tomorrow, because that's
Yeah.
not helpful.
Right,
yeah.
So you need somebody that believes in your goals with you and
Right.
will really push you
and
to get
it
them
can't
done.
be your best friend either.
Mm-hmm.
No, and that's one thing I like about here, the motivation, the encouragement,
Mhm.
it just has made me feel, I mean, my coworker from the other place, she just knows that I'm really, really happy here. And I tend to be that type of person that, when things are rolling,
Mhm.
I can get going.
Right.
My problem is
When
when
they
things are
stop,
down,
yeah.
I need somebody to,
Right. Getting down with them,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
allowing you
Right.
to
To
fall
be
into
able
it with them.
To be able to remind you of the things that you said about you, your big why. Why are you doing this? Where are you going? Why are you doing it? Okay?
Mhm.
And I have to tell you, since I've been in Keller, I didn't have a why. Okay, I didn't have a why.
It takes a while sometimes to figure out what it is.
Yeah. And I have to say, this year, much more clarity, but bold 4 times.
I'm bold 4 times.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Bold 4 times,
And
okay?
you've only been here 3 years.
Bold 4 times.
Wow.
There's been some times it's been offered twice and
Oh,
less.
wow, okay.
Yes, because it's
okay.
not necessarily our market center that
Mhm.
offers it, and so Bowl has been offered, this is the 5th time that it's been offered since I've been here. And I have to say, and I'm vacillating, I really am, but I know that there's a couple of other goals, which is hard to say, there's goals and not go to Bowl, but I have to see what the health goals are. Because, if they can get that surgery in. I've learned, one of the things about being accountable is you do learn about yourself. And you do know where you need to leverage, okay, and where you can do some things. So sometimes, in your accountability, we do the little stuff, this little thing is right here and I just have to take care of it. No, you don't. You can give it to an assistant, you can farm it out, you can, do something different because your time is more valuable on the things that you're accountable for. So accountability brings all of that into perspective. Okay, accountability gives you that yes that you want to say to yourself. The yes that you, in the back of your mind, you're saying, yeah, I can do that.
Mhm.
But the drunk monkey, and you'll know this when you go to Bowl, the drunk monkey is sitting up there going, no, you can't. No, that's a little too risky. No, you don't wanna do that. And you get to turn around and go, you know what? Thank you for trying to protect me, but I can't. So accountability, when you have a good accountability partner, and like Erin said, it has to be a good accountability partner. Coaching with, I think Brian Buffini at one time, or Tom Ferry, you have to give the opposite of who you are. You know, Erin and I are similar. If Erin cries, I go, oh baby, don't cry. You know, where she might need, Erin, come on,
Not at it.
get with the program, okay?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't really be a good accountability partner in some aspects, but not all, because I'd be like, oh, I
Well, you know what
understand.
it is too, is in all the areas of your life, you may need different accountability partners. You may need a
Absolutely.
different one, you need a different one for your health, you need a
Yep.
different one for your spirituality, you'll need a
Yep.
different one for your business.
Right.
And each one plays in a different role in your life.
Which leads me into MAPS, coaching programs, okay? They have all kinds. You have a one-on-one, you have group, okay? So there are different partners. Now, I know his last name, I just forgot his first name. This gentleman who was talking to us, Aran, he is a awesome Keller Williams agent, but he hasn't been for that long. But he grabbed onto things, and he does MAPS coaching, and he does bowl, and he built his team to the point that I think he's like, this is, oh, yeah, you do. When I show you his name, you will. Let me just, let me get his name again. I'm so sorry. I have to tell you though, being accountable.
Hi, I'm Gina Rott, and I'm here to
Ah,
talk to you
Gina
about
Rott.
Yes,
accountability.
okay.
What
Yeah, that's
accountability
like I said,
is.
yes, you know him.
You know,
I just couldn't
accountability
get-
in all reality is that it's the foundation.
So listen to it
of
again,
your
because
day.
it'll just,
And
you know,
when
you'll
I
pick up
wake up
some.
in the morning, for me to go work out, if I don't have some kind of accountability, it doesn't happen.
Sure.
And so what do? I have a trainer. I pay him, therefore it forces me to show up and work out early in the morning. We have so much natural ability, and it's get us so far in life. But the reality is, without some structure and some accountability, that allows us to move past our natural tendencies. So for an example on accountability inside our real estate team is our 401s, which is, you know, our accountability tool that Keller Williams has taught us to use with our team members. And so we find out what are their yearly goals, how can we break that into a monthly goal, and then how can we do that into 4 weeks, each week, moving them towards that. And it's not just about business goals and financial goals, but it's personal goals. I find out what's important to them, they find out what's important to me, and together we grow the business. You know, accountability isn't always roses. You know, sometimes life steps in, and the cool thing about Keller Williams is we really focus on identifying that. We've got the tools to understand when you're heading off the road of accountability and blaming yourself, blaming others, because you're not going to get anywhere. And so that's where accountability steps in, and you can make the decision to step out of that, move forward, get back into the language that's going to move you forward, and use the tools that these.
I want to stop right there. To me, one of the most important things that he said was that you can make the decision to step out of it. We do get off track. Life does happen, okay? And we do have the choice whether we blame ourselves, or we blame others, or we blame the circumstance. But at the bottom line of it all, we have the ultimate decision to whether we're going to become a victim or a victor. And I find with accountability, that's one of the ways to do it. Because if you are truly accountable, and I mean, you can have an accountability partner, you can have a coach, you can have a trainer, and not do the work, okay? And not do the work. And you go, oh, but I have a trainer. Yeah, right, fine, okay, no evidence. You know, I have a coach, no evidence. We choose to make that decision. We choose to decide whether we're going to be just totally flattened by what just happened, or that we can rise above it. So with accountability, that's the choice. You're choosing to put yourself accountable because you want to get to that next level.
Right.
And there is a natural thing that we can do. You know, we're naturally talented. We're naturally, you know, certain gifts. But then to move forward, the accountability. And also with the accountability is a growth plan. And I like that's one thing that Keller Williams does. Is each year you sit down and you make a growth plan. Not only for your personal business, you know, not for just your business, what do you want to do? How do you want to grow? What classes do you want to take? What seminars do you want to go to? What books do you want to read? All, again, adding into yourself, adding to that accountability, which is why that perspective, I think, makes the biggest difference, in life. When we see people who achieve, like here, and you go, wow, how did they do that? Okay, they're no more talented than I am. Their accountability, which gives them the discipline, which gives them the ability to accomplish the things. I'm right now trying to pound this in my 26-year-old. That you are accountable for what is happening in your life.
Right.
We'll see what happens by 30, but
A lot.
I hope. But that's what's important. So in the teaching or bringing forth the individual 6 perspectives that Gary Keller, and Keller Williams brings forth, I think accountability is probably one of the strongest ones that we have to ask ourselves, are we ready for that? Are we ready for it? Because if you're not ready for it, you're doing the same thing the same way, expecting different results, which is insanity, and I've been told that I'm a little crazy, but I choose now to do things differently. I choose to become accountable, and only you can make that decision. So I want to encourage you, look into productivity coaching. That's like real strong, okay? And then definitely, I take it you're signed up for bowl?
I did.
She was one of the first that signed up for.
Cool. You're going to enjoy it. It's gonna feel like sometimes like you're running with your hair on fire, but it's so worth it because it actually shows up not during the 7 weeks, but the next 7 weeks behind it. That's where bold shows up. It changes lives. Okay? So I wanna encourage you.
I'm definitely going.
Okay?
I actually had a class that I signed up for the buyer's
Right.
rep and I signed out of it because I don't wanna miss that last class. I am gonna miss the second class, cause I'll be away, but I'll be there for the other.
Okay, you'll get all the
Yeah.
materials from it, and you'll
Yeah.
get caught right up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I can't wait, I mean. I'm gonna need it.
It's hard.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people, like, I've committed to bowl 5 times. I said, if I don't change within 5 times, then, okay. So me missing the 5th one, right behind it is hard, okay? But health is my goal this year.
This year.
Yeah, and so with some things that are
That's
happening,
okay.
I need to. I know
fine,
it's
yeah.
hard, okay, it's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard, cause,
Well, because you believe in it, and you
I
know
believe in
the
it,
value of it.
and I believe in it, but I don't wanna take it again the same way that I did before. I did it the last one, and I have seen the change, because it actually worked more personally for me. But the next time I take a bowl, I wanna play full on. I don't think I've given it the full opportunity of what it can do. But I can understand it, because it takes a while to kind of just,
Sink in.
yeah.
Well, you get something different out of it
Oh,
every time you take
every
it.
time,
You're in a different place in your life, you're in a different place
Yeah.
in your business,
yeah,
and not for nothing, to absorb 7 weeks of material, the next time you take it, there's gonna be something that you didn't remember, something that
Absolutely.
rings different to you.
yeah.
That's why people do take it. I think Gina Rott's probably taken it 15,
13,
20 times
yeah,
or something, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, the last count was 13,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, no, I definitely, I definitely can understand that. When I first heard that about him, I was like, what? Come on, The first time, I kinda got out of bowl like, okay, so what just happened? Well, because I just came to Keller
Well.
Williams.
Well, and then you also, when you go into it the second time, you have a little bit of an idea, at least of what to expect.
Right.
At least how the process works more so than, the individual. When you go there the first time, you have no idea what to expect.
But
Right.
that's the fun part
But
of it.
it is.
That's the fun part of it, because, it's like kids, you don't know what you don't know, and so you just accept, and that's great, and then as you go on, it does, it peels down a layer and a layer, so I'm really excited for everybody who's gonna go to bowl. I will be there for the first one.
Good.
Um,
We have 146 signed up for the first one.
cool.
Wow.
So if everything works properly, that means we're gonna have about a class of 75. Cool beans.
It's
That's
gonna be
gonna be a
tough.
fun class. That's gonna be a
Right?
fun class.
No, it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great.
The more the merrier.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
They
Because
bring,
you have more energy in the room.
we,
Yeah. Okay, so that's it for